Thank you, Charlene, for your thoughtful and inspiring address. I'd now like to invite Provost Jacqueline Fetro to join me at the podium. And Charlene, would you please rejoin us? Ladies and gentlemen, I present for the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, Charlene Hunter-Gault. Known for breaking down barriers in higher education and pursuing truth and justice as an award-winning journalist, you have led a meaningful life of purpose amidst great social and political challenge and change. In 1961, you were the first African-American woman to integrate the University of Georgia and one of 2 African-American students to enroll at Georgia that year. Your courage and perseverance in the face of adversity opened doors for African-American students throughout the South. Upon graduation in 1963, you pursued a career as a journalist, fulfilling a childhood ambition to become Brenda Starr, the intrepid comic era reporter. You began your career as an editorial assistant at The New Yorker before leaving to accept a Russell Sage Fellowship. Following a stint as reporter and evening anchor for WRC-TV in Washington, D.C., you returned to print journalism with the New York Times, where you established the newspaper's Harlem Bureau. In 1978, you became national correspondent at PBS's MacNeil-Lehrer Report, a position you held for 2 decades. And in 1997, you opened the South African News Bureau for National Public Radio and later joined CNN as the network's bureau chief and correspondent in Johannesburg until 2005. As a journalist, you have received numerous awards, including 2 National News and Documentary Emmy Awards and 2 Peabody Awards, the first for your work on Apartheid's People, a news-hour series on South African life during apartheid. In 2014, you received the International Freedom Award from the National Civil Rights Museum, and in 2015, you were honored with a Lifetime Achievement Award by the Washington Press Club Foundation. The author of 4 books and holder of more than 3 dozen honorary degrees, you were born in Due West, South Carolina, and spent most of your childhood in segregated Atlanta. You remain a sought-after public speaker, and your personal and professional stories of racial healing and the pursuit of equality are both powerful and poignant. Despite your jeopardous beginnings at the University of Georgia, Charlene Hunter-Gault, you have maintained close ties to the institution, and in 1988 became the first African American to give the commencement address there. In 2001, the very building where you and classmate Hamilton Holmes first registered for classes was named the Holmes Hunter Academic Building. Your distinguished and remarkable life is a testament to your values of humanity, fairness, and justice, the very ideals that we seek to inculcate within our Richmond community. Charlene Hunter-Gault, as the university continues its own work to educate new generations of ethical leaders, and at a time when we further commit ourselves to ensuring greater access to higher education, we are pleased to recognize your pioneering leadership and belief in the power of education. Provost Fetro will now invest you with the hood of the university. By virtue of the authority bestowed to me by the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you, Charlene Hunter-Gault, the honorary degree Doctor of Humane Letters, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Don't go anywhere. I am now pleased to present the members of the class of 2016 who have completed the requirements for the faculty and have fulfilled the expectations of the university, and those who are expected to do so in August and December. Opposite many of the names in the commencement program are recorded Latin honors, summa cum laude, magna cum laude, and designations of high achievement. In addition, those who have been elected to Phi Beta Kappa in Arts and Sciences and the Jepson School and to Beta Gamma Sigma in the Robbins School of Business are also noted, as are those who have received departmental honors, special awards and prizes, and commissions. Will all degree candidates from the various schools please rise? President Crutcher, the degree candidates from the School of Arts and Sciences, the E. Claiborne Robbins School of Business, and the Jepson School of Leadership Studies are before you.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I now confer upon you the degree of the University of Richmond for which you have been certified, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto.
Will the graduates please be seated? Before we proceed with the presentation of your degrees and calling on the academic and the student deans, I would like to give special thanks. Would Carrie Fankhauser please step forward? Carrie? Carrie Fankhauser has served as the interim dean of West Hampton College for this past year. Her dedication to student concerns, advising, and counsel has helped so many of our seniors as they have navigated their UR experience. Carrie's caring and supportive approach is an important part of what makes the University of Richmond so special. And I and the rest of the administration want to thank you, Carrie, for your commitment to our institution. Please join me in thanking her for her service. And we will now begin the presentation of degrees.